Alright, Panasonic TH-42PX70 dead, and the only thing that happens on it is the standby light flashes 10 times. I'm just going to zoom in here on the standby light, and now I'm going to plug it in. Now, and that's all it will do. It'll keep flashing the standby light 10 times. What I'm going to do now is reposition the camera, reposition the unit, and take the back cover off and check the power supply. Here's the power supply, and on most of the Panasonic I've had, if you had the 10 LED flashing, it was normally around this area here, what to do with this resistor here and the shorter transistor on the power supply. But looking at the service manual for this model, but I don't have a full service manual, I have a troubleshooting guide. It's nothing to do with that. But what the first step we're going to take is we're going to disconnect these 3 connectors here that goes to the main signal board. And what this does is when you disconnect them 3, you're not under the control of that board here. What happens then is there's a logic control board that drives the screen, and that will switch on the screen, and that way you can test your power supply and your screen before you do any work. So what I'm going to do now is plug it in. Hear the relay clicking. Now you can see you have a white raster, grey raster. That tells me then that the power supply is working. The X sus, Y sus, and all the buffers are okay in it. So that eliminates an awful lot of fault finding. So all I got to do now is concentrate on that signal board and see can I find a fault in it, or I might just have to replace that signal board. I got the service information, and I tested all the output voltages from the power supply, and from this I can say the power supply is okay and the screen is okay, along with its buffers and drive PCBs, the Y-SUS and the Z-SUS. The fault would be on the main signal board, but however the customer opted not to replace this signal board or pay out for any fault finding that would be necessary on the signal board. So I won't be able to complete this repair, but if I get to go ahead in the future, I will have a part 2 of this video. However, it's a handy service tip with disconnecting the signal board from the system, that the power supply and the screen PCBs along with the screen can be checked. When you disconnect the signal board from the screen and power supply, it verifies that the fault is on the signal board, and that is where you better direct your fault finding attention to. I hope that is somehow to somebody out there, and thanks for watching.